Well, all right. My first Patrick Mahomes film study of the young season. We have a feeling he's going to have like a deep playoff run and whatever, so I'll get plenty of opportunities to make film studies about Mahomes. But so far, this Chiefs team is just weird to figure out, right? Like, to be honest, I don't think Mahomes has started off playing that great. He's still making some plays and like he's still doing some nice things, so we'll talk about it. But yeah, let's make a film study on how Mahomes played against Atlanta because there was ups and downs for sure. Like, for example, the play you see on the screen, this is going to be the interception where it's a man coverage play. In fact, it's a all-out blitz for the Atlanta Falcons. So for Mahomes, on a 2nd down and 8, he's thinking, hey, if you want to go for an all-out blitz, I'm hopeful to get a touchdown here. That's where he's going to look towards. It's going to be Noah Gray, who's getting covered by Justin Simmons, which I don't know if that's the number one matchup I'd be looking for personally, but okay, Noah Gray is a solid player. Like, let's see how this works. Mahomes takes a snap. He's going to look in that direction, fires in that direction. And as of right here, it's just really not that open. I mean, if you're going to make this throw, you kind of have to bomb it towards the back of the end zone, I think. Instead, this one just hangs up there and it gets picked off. And that's not a great decision by Mahomes, really. I mean, it's only 2nd down. You're in the red zone. Not really sure what he was thinking with that one. So, again, he's just been making mistakes. I mean, the turnovers are a real thing. He's currently got 4 in the first 3 games, and honestly, he could have had more. You have this one where it's a zone coverage concept. You have a receiver running a deep shot, one that, again, on paper, I totally get why Mahomes wants to look in this direction. It's Xavier Worthy running a deep shot. Like, yeah, of course, looking in this direction makes total sense. So, Mahomes takes the snap. He's going to run this play action, and he's, the camera glitched out for a second. That's on the broadcast feed, not on my end. Don't know what to do about that. But you see down the field, there's a window here for sure, but you kind of just have to understand the personnel here. Well, it is Richie Grant, the safety for the Falcons, so certainly a guy to try. Like, for Xavier Worthy, he has so much speed. If you just lead him a bit more towards the bottom of the screen, this is a touchdown, or just throw it a little bit, not quite in the end zone, you're at least getting a big play. You got to let Worthy use his speed. Instead, this turns into a jump ball, and Grant had a better chance at the ball than Worthy did. So again, some clunky plays by the Chiefs is kind of the best way I can describe it. Now, like, to be clear, obviously the Chiefs are still making plays, like, of course, because they're the Chiefs, like, and Mahomes is still doing things that only Mahomes can do. Like, this one, for example, it's a zone blitz. Look at that Atlanta player who's going to be off the edge right here. Going to make a mistake you just can't make against Mahomes. Watch him go for an inside move. This wasn't really his fault, actually. He was going for a stunt, but the defensive tackle needed to keep containment, so he was really the one who made the mistake. Because of that, Mahomes is just easily able to get outside the pocket. And once you let Mahomes outside the pocket, you lose. That's just basically how it goes. Watch Mahomes' patience on this one. Eventually gets the ball down the field, and they're able to hit Justin Watson, pick up a 1st down right there. Really good stuff to convert to 3rd down and 8. This is what the Chiefs do. This is what Mahomes does. I mean, it's incredible stuff, and we kind of take it for granted. And also, I gotta give a shout out to Rashee Rice while we're talking positives, because, like, this guy is really emerging as a number 1 wide receiver in the NFL. Like, this guy's, like, I don't know how I would say elite, but, like, he's like a top-tier receiver. He's really good. Watch this play where it's man coverage. That's the route Rashee Rice is running. Just a solid pick up 3 yards on this 3rd down and 3 type situation. Makes sense. Well, when Mahomes takes the snap, I mean, you see really well ran route by Rice. You see how open he is at this point. Also, Mahomes puts this one right on the money to where it's almost like a baton handoff. Rice continues running after making the grab. The flag was on the defense. They get a touchdown there. So, like, yeah, goes without saying, but I'll still say it. There's still things that are really working with this Chiefs offense. I think the question is, why are things not quite as dominant? The Chiefs defense is still as advertised. The Chiefs defense, which was so great in that playoffs, has still continued to be fantastic. But, like, I want to go over here now, because honestly, I think one of their biggest question marks I have is their red zone offense just hasn't been there. Moving the ball wise, they've actually been just as good as they usually are. Like, if you're talking 20 to 20, they're doing as good as they always do. But it's the red zone offense that's kind of been the biggest issue. You have this play, which is their classic corn dog play, or at least a play similar to it. Xavier Worthy is going to be in motion towards the middle of the field, but then he's going to cut back towards the top of the screen. However, this is zone coverage that the Falcons are in. So when the Chiefs run it, Atlanta's just all over this. And, like, part of this is Atlanta covers really well, right? Atlanta has a really good secondary, and I think that was a big part of what caused some frustrations for the Chiefs in this game. As you see, Mahomes is going to eventually just toss this one away. Honestly, he could have just ran out of bounds. It's third down anyway. The yardage totals I don't think would matter too much for Harrison Butker. But either way, not getting a touchdown on this one. And again, a touchdown or two for the Chiefs would have really helped, I think, put this game away. It wouldn't have had to come down to the wire. Something we have to touch on is just the Travis Kelce thing. I mean, there's no getting around it. Travis Kelce just hasn't quite been the same guy to start this season. It's weird because Kelce wasn't the same guy last season, but then he was in the playoffs. So maybe that'll happen again. But he's had a dip even compared to last season, in my opinion. Only 69 yards through the first 3 games. Only 8 catches through the first 3 games. He's been PFF's 30th graded tight end when, he's used to being PFF's number 1 graded tight end. Even last season in his quote-unquote down year, he was still PFF's number 2 graded tight end. So, this is a different Kelce, and, this play will show it. This is a typical move the chains play, and worth mentioning the situation. The Chiefs, if they can get a drive going, even if they just get a field goal, that would go a long way. Going up 8 points, you just feel so much more comfortable than being up just 5. But when Mahomes runs this play, Kelce gets open. There is a bit of separation, but Jesse Bates knocks the ball out. And again, it's Jesse Bates. It's one of the best players in football. But Travis Kelce is usually one of the best players in football. He's not playing like it right now. He just isn't. So that's been an issue as well. And also, this offensive line, well, I really love the interior. We've seen it a bit, too, with the Chiefs over the years. They like to do this too much, in my opinion. This is a 3rd down and 1. The Chiefs are going to decide to run the ball for the first down. And as you see, when Mahomes hands the football off right here, it just doesn't go anywhere. Not a particularly well-blocked play, specifically on the right side of the ball, which, Jawan Taylor, Chiefs fans and I can argue back and forth. I don't think he's a great tackle, but he's at least all right in pass protection. Run blocking just isn't his thing. That wasn't even really his fault, though. That was just not a well-blocked play in general by the right side there for the Chiefs, and you got to give credit to the Falcons, who have a good defense. The Chiefs haven't looked right to start the season. The Chiefs are still 3-0. Despite the fact that they haven't outgained their opponent in either of these games, they haven't had haven't been great in the red zone. They haven't won the turnover battle. They're finding ways to win games. It's truly remarkable, and I think we all assume the Chiefs are going to figure it out, especially after last year where they looked awful in the regular season and then won the Super Bowl. But yeah, I still feel like this offense just isn't quite what it once was. It's still 9th in EPA per play. It not being as good as it usually is still pretty good, but it's still fair to say it hasn't been as dominant as we've seen it be in previous years, in my opinion. But hey, they're winning games. Their defense still looks as good, and we still trust Mahomes in a big spot, obviously. So yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.